Hello everyone and welcome back to another Kerbal Space Program video. In today's video we will be visiting Ike. As you can probably see with the wiki page I have pulled up, I currently have Ike's wiki page pulled up, or wiki page pulled up. So Ike, here's basically the explanation, well, something like that. Ike is a moon and the only natural satellite of Duna. Ike has steep rocky slopes and no atmosphere. Ike and Duna are tidally locked due to their proximity and Ike's size. This means that Ike is in synchronous orbit around its parent body, and that each body is only visible from approximately half of its partner's surface. It would be exactly half, but Ike's slightly eccentric orbit creates regions for which Ike can be seen to set and rise. See Liberation below. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if that means something down here. I'm not 100% sure. But here we go. It is the largest among planetary satellites. It is the largest among planetary satellites relative to the size of the planet that it orbits, and in the Kerbal system. An encounter with Ike is quite likely when approaching Duna, provided the player's trajectory is near the plane of Ike's orbit. This is because Ike's sphere of influence is very high relative to the semi-major axis of its orbit. In fact, no other moon in the game has a larger SOI to semi-major axis ratio, and no other moon is as close in mass to its parent. Ike has about 6% the mass of Duna. So stationary orbit around Ike is not possible. It would require an altitude of 1,133.90 kilometers, which is outside of Ike's sphere of influence. So, let's see. Down here we have a gravitational assist. Looks like Ike and someone flew their ship there. I don't know. That of course, der. But yeah, there's Ike seen from orbit, and there here we go. This I need to do this real quick. Okay, so Ike, in the in-game description, I'll read that real quick. Ike is a relatively large gray object, occasionally seen orbiting Duna. Scientists have postulated, postulate, post, po, postulated, postulated. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that. I think it's postulated, but I'm not sure. That Ike is scientists have postulated, I'm going to go with that Ike is seemingly perfectly positioned to sneakily interfere with any object that presumes to come orbiting near its parent. So, the the wiki page, but yeah. I'm joining you in low Kerbal orbit. I would have done a build montage or build time lapse, build time lapse. I would have done a build time lapse, but it took me, let's see here, 47-ish minutes. It took me like 40 minutes to build this rocket with trial and error. So yeah, it took me a very long time to build this rocket, and so I will probably link the video I will probably create a different video that's the build montage and link that down in the description below. Probably won't do much talking in it. It probably will just be maybe like music or something. I'm not for sure, but yeah. I just got done creating the transfer from Duna to Kerbin, and I actually started it at my Harry Apsis to raise my Apple Apsis, but then figured out no, that wouldn't work, or no, it actually lowers my, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but figured out that what I wanted to do was just raise my apoapsis and maybe try to just do a single burn. Didn't quite work that way. So yeah. Now I am just now I'm just like burning to burning, obviously. And there goes the rocket. And I just extended the antenna and extended that antenna. I know I tried a few different times, and we actually got a Mun encounter. Oh, okay. So we got a Mun encounter. I'm not sure why. What? Okay, I know why but I think we actually got a Mun encounter. Um, and I actually don't know why it shows red, because we definitely had plenty of Delta V to do it. It just somehow said that we weren't going to. So yeah, see, it's green now. I don't know why it did that, but okay. Now it's red. It's like if I adjust it with my, don't ask. I have no clue what happened. And here we go. Now we're just docking, and as you can see, maybe in just a bit, there you go. There goes the two different things, and there's the coupler and just a small puff of the engine, and we've docked. Um, now, now I just had to rearrange some staging just to make sure that we'd actually use the right stages at the right time, and I'm also guys, sorry about how this turned out, or no, not how this turned out. What? This turned out fine, but sorry about how it kind of cut out. Um, I didn't realize I had a different scene open. I was using a different scene that I had created. I didn't realize that I did it, and so yeah. I do know that I tried a few different times. When it came to getting into Duna, or getting to do a flyby of Duna. Uh, of course, I didn't just fly by Duna. You read the title of this video, right? Or did you? I'm sure you did. Okay, everything's fine. I'm sure you did. Um, but there we go. Now, we are, yeah, here. I tried doing the burn, didn't work. Don't ask what happened. I can't tell you, because I honestly don't know. But the maneuver node thingy kept wanting to run away from where I was pointing. So I'm not sure what happened there. But I know I tried a few different times here because I couldn't figure out why I wouldn't get, or maybe it was twice, but I'm not for sure. Because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get a Duna encounter. And I guess I was just on the wrong inclination. I tried adjusting that, but it didn't work. um, but yeah, I think I fixed that. Here we go. I needed to control from the capsule. That way we were pointing the right way. And we stage that away. You'll see why it was obvious that we really retried a few times. Yeah, you'll just see why, because well, why should I explain it? You'll see. But I mean, not why should I explain it, but you'll see why. You'll see it because you'll just see what I just staged away basically back. So yeah, that's pretty much why. There was a site that I obviously had pinpointed from doing. I'm not exactly sure how you get that, but eh. Then here we go. I love what gravity does to orbits. It's one of the greatest things. But I was going to get into that Ike orbit, but hey, oh, what's that there? Well, I don't know, but it definitely looks like an Ike orbit. So, or an Ike encounter. So, as you probably learned from the wiki page, it's pretty easy. Um, it's pretty easy to get an Ike encounter. um, oh my gosh, I don't know if any of you have ever realized this, but when you're trying to speak, like I was once doing this thing, um, I was once doing this thing where like my cousin was like teaching, not teaching, but my cousin was um why would my cousin be teaching? But my cousin was like doing this like I don't know what you call it. Um I guess maybe I don't know. We're gonna call it she was teaching or something and she's like I talked for I and 90% of those words weren't from or no, 50% of those words weren't on the page. And one of my friends said, yeah, 50% of those words were. You ever realize how when you're talking, you just like, you seem to say a lot for no good reason? Okay, but now I should explain what's happening on screen. I guess I was wrong about you'll see the little thing. I guess I was wrong about that. Sorry, guys. But, I ended up finding out, if you watch this build montage, you'll find out too that you need to make sure to like uh add another fuel tank onto the Icelander, and actually you could probably get away with what it is currently. You just need to get into a better orbit. Be a little more fuel efficient, shall I say? I wasn't too fuel efficient, but yeah. We get pretty close to Ike's surface there. We just did. Not just now, but a little bit ago. But yeah, so here we go now. We're burning. As you probably saw, we undocked. Um, and now we're just burning to lower our periapsis. And I really should have read the wiki page before I did this mission. That's how I feel. I really should have, because I would have learned find a flat spot before you land. Because, well, I came down in probably a cliff. Well, not a cliff, but yeah, you see what's on the ground there? Yeah, that's how I landed. And, it totally worked. We totally did it 100%. Didn't even have to try it. Didn't even have to take off again. We nailed it. Perfect. Totally. So, as you can see, we are totally nailing this landing maneuver. And you know, Billy, he's in there, and yeah, we're totally nailing it. That was totally meant to happen. We're nailing it. See, I didn't want to come down too hard, otherwise I knew we'd just bounce, and boom. See, nailed it. Didn't even have to take off again. And now I probably did the riskiest thing ever. You'll probably see it here in just a bit. Yeah. Never do that, kids. But then I retracted the two solar panels because I saw they got pretty close to the ground and I didn't want them to break. I didn't want them to break off, so yeah. There we go. Now we nailed it this time. That time, did it perfectly. And there we go. We extend the ladder. And, oh, he drops. Oof. Okay, no, he's fine. And, I went AFK. No, I didn't. I was doing something else. I was, changing my scenes. That's what I was doing. No BS, but there we go. I wanted to get rid of that. That way I could just not have that cluttering my screen. And then There we go. I just like move over, walk that way. There, we flew up actually, and I needed to get in the perfect position to plant the flag. Oh yes, the flag. Okay, I'll read it. We made it. We are here. Actually, for the first time for high mission control, didn't realize you were there. We have landed and are on EVA. By the way, Jeb, I know Jeb's coming, but if you are looking for your socks, I put them in the freezer on the space station. I spelled freezer wrong. I don't know how many people do that, but I spelled it wrong. As you can tell, I totally nailed this video. And then I worked because I wanted to try to get better lighting, but it didn't work too well. The bright flash was me taking a screenshot. You probably figured that out. Maybe. He got stuck in the flag. His head got stuck in the flag of all things, and there we go. I land him right up top there because what wouldn't be Kerbal space program if you didn't have a Kerbal on top of their ship. Then I deployed that. The drill didn't work either. Oof, I nailed this ship as well. Nailed this video, but the drill didn't work too great. I don't know if it was just because we didn't have good ore. I didn't really do any scanning. Probably should have. But, yeah. And I think we kept running out of battery, but, you know, it also wouldn't be Kerbal Space Program if that didn't happen. If it didn't happen, then I think Mission Control would be mad at the Kerbals for not getting the signs of falling. And it also would probably not be Kerbal Space Program if this didn't happen. We're just coming in for a nice landing here, and oof, he hit that going pretty fast. He was going like 21 meters a second. So he's fine. I kept deploying the drill, hoping we get some. Yeah, we broke a solar panel again. We're great at breaking solar panels, but I kept deploying the drill, hoping that we get some like fuel. We didn't. Oof, harsh man. It's a hard life, and don't get too close to the drill, otherwise you'll probably break your. Yeah, this happened too. We're nailing it. I totally nailed this, by the way. It's highly unstable, and figured out that you can't even climb the ladder, so, well, screw the ladder. Oof. And there we go. There we go, now we're back in space. He went on EVA. I cut the space because getting there wasn't very interesting, but here we go. And now we are going to go somehow not run into we're gonna totally not screw this up 100% and have to revert to a quick save on the ground. See what I mean? I said we totally wouldn't have to. Said we wouldn't have to. Okay, maybe I am mean for just like, I don't know, being mean to you. But now we are going to use the lazy method of docking. Matt Lau, if you're watching this, I know you said they say it's patented, but if you're watching this, first of all, I would be very excited if you were. And also for anyone who watches Matt Lau, watch this. I watched one of his videos, and he said someone asked if he could use it, and he said, or if they could use the patented Matt Lau lazy method of docking, and he said yes. Like, I think they said if he could use it for their videos or something, and he said yes. But here we go. Now we're getting docking now. We're getting closer, and oof. Oh boy, that was harsh. But don't worry, the magnets just pulled it right back in. It really, you'd think the ship was a bouncy ball. I tried transferring some fuel and came across, I think I heard about this glitch before where like you can't transfer fuel, like it won't work. But it worked for one of the fuel tanks and didn't work for the other one. And here we go. I just used, I backed away with RCS and did landing guidance, pick target on map. I picked a target somewhere on Ike. It probably crashed anyway, so it doesn't even matter. And there we go. There it goes off into the distance. It ran out of fuel and it's gonna go land with RCS. See, that's why it probably crashed. See, the Kerbal engineers, you know, the engineers, they nail stuff. They definitely know how to do things. And I mean, come to think of it, aren't Kerbin's engineers you or anyone who builds rockets? So if you build a rocket for the KSC, like I just did, then I'm basically Kerbal. I'm basically an engineer and a pilot. And oh wait, no, I'm not really a scientist though, but I could technically be called a pilot. But I don't know. Maybe you guys would want to call me a pilot. But don't call me pilot. Don't. Just please don't. Already a YouTuber called Pilot. Great channel, by the way. Check it out. Just look it up. He does Kerbal Space Program stuff, so it's fine. Here we go. I tried getting an encounter with Kerbin. It wasn't working. There we go. I finally got one, and now we are just warping around and around and around. Okay, actually, we didn't actually go around and around and around. We didn't even make a full orbit around the sun. And so, yeah. Perfect. Now we are just creating the burn to get into Kerbin orbit. I tried one time. I tried a return one time where I tried to get into Kerbin orbit with nothing but, or not nothing, but I tried to get into Kerbin orbit by or not get into Kerbin orbit, but there's the one. But I tried to get into Kerbin orbit by doing something, or no, not Kerbin orbit, but just re-enter, dive bomb, Kerbin. Didn't work. And so now I must say, right now I'm doing a challenge. If you are one of my next 10 subscribers, 10, no, it's a small number, I don't care. But reason it's 10 is because, like, I don't have, or because I can't create 50 Kerbals. Yes, hint, hint. Wait for it. Yeah, we kind of ran out of fuel in one before, but yeah. Reason it was 10 is because I can't create 50 Kerbals or something, right? So, hint, hint again for the second time. But, now we're stabilizing and we start the burn. Really should put RCS in here, but. And there they go. My favorite part. There it shoots off into space. But, okay, my next 10 subscribers, you will get a Kerbal made in your name, and I am going to find out something. I'm going to figure something out. We're going to either, like, fly it out of the solar system, or maybe I'm going to do something. I don't know what. There's the red thing again. But I'm going to put them all on a ship and fly them somewhere, do something with them. I'm not sure. So I'm honestly not sure if my audio just glitched or flipped. Maybe it did. Hopefully not. I can't like actually listen to myself talk, so it kind of sucks. But yeah. Now I am there. My favorite shot. Right there, or right there. That is my favorite shot. Try to get a screenshot. It was too far away. Oof. Okay. Time to finish plugs. So we are now, so yeah, you're 1 minute. I will do something. I'm not for sure what though. And also, there's a subscribe button, bell button, and a like button. So feel free to just scroll down, press them, and there we go. But now to continue explaining the video. I was going to try to land on like, I don't know, on like Antarctica or something, and didn't work. Gave up my dreams that. And I created a sweet action group that you probably just saw, where I just cut the parachutes, the drogues, and cut the main one. But yeah, so that's today's video. Um, if you if you like this video, feel free to recommend it to your friends. Um, and also, um, there should be a end screen on right about now. So yeah, but thanks for watching.